So let's get right into it. I wanted to mention here the John Cena and Cody Rhodes contract segment that was promoted for the entire week ever since last week. This was being promoted kind of as tonight's like main event type deal, and I was extremely curious as far as how they were going to promote this match now going into SummerSlam as opposed to how they promoted it going into WrestleMania, because I don't need to say too much about the build as far as WrestleMania goes and as far as what happened at WrestleMania between these two guys. But I obviously, I heard comments from Cody, comments from Cena, just in interviews throughout the last couple of months, as far as the whole build that they did, that WrestleMania match, and how they kind of want to, give it another shot. So tonight was their official second chance to kind of build to this second match for Cena and Cody at SummerSlam. So I was very curious to see how they were going to do that. They ran the angle here where Cody Rhodes came out here first initially. He signed the contract with Adam Pearce. He was out there talking in front of the crowd when John Cena comes out here and immediately, doesn't waste time as far as what he's out there to do. He tells him, I won't be at SummerSlam, Cody. I cannot make SummerSlam. Now, I don't know if it was just in the delivery of this or whatever it may be. Maybe I'm just traumatized as a wrestling fan, but when John Cena said, I will not be there at SummerSlam, I instantly thought of Cody Rhodes back at WrestleMania 40 when he told Roman, I'm coming to take that championship, but not at WrestleMania. But more or less I kind of figured that this was part of the story, this was part of the angle, because if this was actually legit and Cena couldn't make it, then that would rearrange your SummerSlam cards, that would fuck up your SummerSlam cards in an instant, right? That would be a major blow to your SummerSlam card. But of course, this was all storyline. Cena tells Cody that he can't make it. He's filming a movie. He's extremely mentally and physically exhausted. It wouldn't be, really good for his health if he were to compete at SummerSlam. He said, however, if my signature ends up being on this contract, then forcefully I have to be at SummerSlam. There's nothing I can do about it. And obviously, if you've watched wrestling for a handful of years, you obviously know what's coming next. John Cena tries to get out of the ring, tries to get out of the arena. Cody Rhodes reaches him at the top. Both brawl for a little bit, then Cody Rhodes gets an opportunity to hit John Cena with the championship title, and does so because during Cody's promo earlier, he mentioned the fact how he flinched at WrestleMania 41 against John Cena, and that was the first time he flinched ever in his career. So he takes advantage, he strikes Cena with the championship title, puts him through the table, makes Cena unconsciously sign the contract, and tells Cena that this is going to be a street fight. So obviously a street fight, when I initially heard that this was going to be a street fight, I thought one of two things. I thought, number one, of course, because really if you've taken into account John Cena's last few couple of matches, like the matches with Randy, the matches with Cody, the matches with Punk, these matches, they tend to involve a lot of overbooking, which isn't a bad thing, but when you do it consecutively, it kind of, there's kind of flaws to it. But at this point, Cena, given his age and given his current, shape in ring, this is all that he can essentially do, right? He can't do what he used to 15 years ago, which is fine. But at the same time, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Like, I'm not expecting a 5-star classic from both guys here in this match, but I can obviously tell you guys that this is probably going to be overbooked as fuck. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that Cody, we get a double turn? Does that mean that we get a potential return? Maybe we see the final boss. I know the final boss, he's had a bad rap for the last couple of months, and I don't really know if he's ever going to return back to WWE in a wrestling capacity. But I mean, if he did, this is the perfect storyline for him to return to. And plus, they're sort of teasing that slow John Cena face turn. So what if we get the final boss turns on Cena and aligns with Cody or something along those lines? Or maybe it's as simple as we get a Randy Orton heel turn against Cody. I don't know what the situation is going to be. I'm still in the camp of, I think Cody is going to win the championship at SummerSlam. I don't really see Cena walking out still the champion. I mean, there's still a good chance that he will, and he might drop it at the end of the year. But I'm kind of still leaning towards Cody winning the championship at SummerSlam. As far as that goes, as far as this episode of Smackdown, I mean, we did get some things here and there announced as far as SummerSlam. We got Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss teaming up together to take on Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez for the tag titles. I'm kind of like I would prefer this to be a little stretched out, because already you're gonna do this match at SummerSlam. Would you have Alexa and Charlotte win immediately? I don't know if I would do this immediately. I probably would give it some time, maybe save it for that Paris show that they're gonna do like a month later, because this kind of just came out of nowhere for me, honestly. But I'm enjoying recently what they've been doing with Charlotte and with Alexa. We had Solo Sikoa here. He tried to frame Jacob Fatu in a car crash accident earlier on the show, but they made this match official. This is going to be a steel cage match. Jacob Fatu against Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Again, this is one of those matches where steel cage, that's kind of a stipulation that I'm kind of weary of, because there's always the possibility of somebody interfering one way or another. Maybe it's another bloodline member, maybe it's another member of the Samoan family. You know, the bloodline vortex, the Samoan vortex, it don't stop for nobody, so it might be somebody like that. But as far as like major things, we really didn't get too much of anything here on this show. What I was really interested in was the Cody Cena angle that they shot at the end of the show. Again, I can only assume that this match is going to be overbooked as hell, considering the stipulation and considering the past Cena matches that we've had in the previous months. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought here tonight of SmackDown. What do you think is potentially going to occur at SummerSlam between Cody and Cena? Is there a double turn? Is there a return? What do you think down below? Post your comments down below, and until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.